Ladies and gentlemen, the Durham probe has indicted a second attorney involved in setting up and framing Trump. So Fox News Clinton campaign lawyer Michael Sussman indicted for allegedly lying to FBI during Russia investigation. CNN lawyer indicted on charges of lying to FBI as part of Durham probe into Trump-Russia investigation. Durham grand jury indicts lawyer whose firm represented Hillary Clinton's campaign. NPR John Durham probe charges Washington lawyer with lying to the FBI. CNBC lawyer who allegedly advised Clinton campaign charged with lying to the Bureau in tip about possible Trump-Russia bank link. USA Today, DOJ Special Counsel Durham secures indictment against D.C. cybersecurity lawyer in Russia review. So, that's what took place. Second attorney indicted, and hit subscribe to this channel. Also, hit subscribe to the Stock Market Crash channel. Yes, that's my second channel. Used to be H.A. Goodman's other channel. I'm devoting that entirely to, and I hope I'm wrong, but there is going to be a market crash for a number of reasons. I explain in the first segment today. That will be below in the pinned comment. Tell your friends about the Stock Market Crash channel. I speak about everything from record highs in terms of record amount of margin debt in the market, inflation, consumer price index, producer price index at all-time highs. Inflation keeps soaring. We have supply chain issues, a labor shortage, the quantitative easing of the Fed, pumping money into the economy, is not working, leading to moral hazard on a number of fronts. And I'm going to just look down below in the pinned comment. You'll see the Stock Market Crash channel. Hit subscribe to it. And also be here every day at around 4:35 p.m. Pacific for the live streams. We just had an epic live stream right now. It was like well over 600-700 people. So hit subscribe. Second indictment, ladies and gentlemen. What happened was this attorney, allegedly, he's indicted for giving information to the FBI and not disclosing the fact he was working with the Clinton campaign. So that's what he's indicted for. Giving information about Trump that it was completely fabricated, a complete fantasy. The Steele dossier, the whole story about Alpha Bank servers and Trump and Trump Russia, that whole thing was fabricated. The entire thing was the brainchild of maniacs. It was completely and utterly fabricated. There was no truth to it. Mueller found nothing. They have not charged, indicted, arrested Donald Trump for any of the absurd allegations, from the criminal labyrinth of financial crimes in his tax returns, to pressuring Zelensky or working with Putin, or January. The Bureau cleared him of that. They found that there was no coordinated effort to do anything. It was a terrible day, but there were terrible months prior that Democrats overlooked. 25 lives lost, according to Wikipedia. $1 to $2 billion in property damage. And that's the insured property. The uninsured property damage is close to like 3, 4, 5 billion. I don't know the exact estimate. I've heard 5 billion. But again, any allegation against Biden, immediately the New York Post's account is suspended. You have nobody can talk about Hunter's emails. Nobody can discuss it. It could be Russia. Russia is their little defense mechanism. They blame another country. Talking about xenophobia. That's the definition of xenophobia. They blame another country for their sins. So anytime they're caught with their pants down. Oh my goodness, I know how that feels. Anytime they're caught with their pants down, they just say, well, it could be Russian disinformation. The truth about them is Russian disinformation. A book about Trump, the nonsense from The Atlantic that Trump said something horrendous, or a book recently that General Milley, oh my goodness, he notified China to assure them we wouldn't create this nuclear confrontation and war. Like, they weren't worried about that. Nobody was. Democrats create these imaginary scenarios in books with no evidence, completely baseless. Where's the evidence in a book? Just because they think Trump's capable of anything, because Trump himself has broken them. They have Trump derangement issues. It's like a real syndrome, like psychological state. They get completely apoplectic, they hyperventilate, and they can't think rationally, and he's capable of anything. If you ask them, well, why hasn't he been charged? Oh my God, that gets them even more enraged, because they can't tell you why he hasn't been charged or indicted. But we can explain, well, Clinton had James Comey saying that, well, she didn't intentionally use private servers with top secret intel on them. So it's like you're looking at, ladies and gentlemen, a situation where there's a double standard. You can go ahead and actually investigate Trump. The federal government can investigate Trump on the information obtained by a lawyer working for his direct political rival. That's okay. That's just fine. Because all the smartest people in the room believe that Trump's capable of anything. And if he's capable of anything, then we have to investigate every allegation. The reality is, the truth about them is repackaged into Russian disinformation. Social media algorithms cover for them. The media itself themselves cover for Biden when he's forcing out a prosecutor. They say, well, he forced out the prosecutor in the Ukraine. Because of, he wasn't doing his job. What's not Biden's role in life to tell the Ukrainians what to do with their own government officials? That's not what Biden is there for. Where's the precedent? When has there ever been a vice president who forced out a government official of another country? It's never happened before. The reason it's never happened before is because there's never been a vice president whose son was put on the board of directors of an energy company that was known for corruption. And any questions about that was deemed, oh my God, blasphemy. Any questions, any investigation, oh my God, how dare you even go there? But Trump, now the January committee wants, they want records of General Milley's call to China because they think, look, Pelosi and media and Democrats and all of everybody, Bernie Sanders, they think Trump is capable of anything. Meanwhile, we're heading towards a stock market collapse and another financial collapse because you cannot prevent people from working for a whole year and then expect the economy to rebound or even function properly. The economy isn't even functioning properly. The dollar is descending in value. Your purchasing power is not what it was prior to March of last year. Why is that? You have the Federal Reserve and the government trying desperately to speed up the recovery. It's not happening. The opposite is taking place. GDP is being revised downward. And you have all of these issues economically. We still have Americans in Afghanistan. And Biden simply could have begun the evacuation January, February, March, April. He didn't, to spite Trump. And now we have Americans left behind. And all of these problems, and it's only going to get worse. Like I said, the market's going to crash. You already had Archegos, the hedge fund, crashing just from one stock descending because of derivatives, and because the derivatives trades that they bought on margin, or contracts they bought on margin. I talk about this on my channel, the stock market channel, the other channel, below in the pinned comment. But anyway, hit subscribe to this channel. Tell your friends. The second attorney is indicted. Durham Probe Special Counsel is doing its job. Pay attention, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you.